glad to see another
I live.
The mill. Now I would appreciate it if you could. Reach clear, fellow. Find the miller.
Rest now. I will see about this miller. Power, but at what cost? Effective. The miller has seen better days. The miller has seen better days.
save us!
What's all you have?
The miller has seen better days.
Friendly's the name. You're skilled with the violence. If what you did out there in the... Well, have no fear. This place. There's a beast of particular... Now, if you could channel your...
The discipline of the forge has taught him strength.
Have we met? The name's Finn. This is... Later.
Not surprised to see a thief in a place like this.
If you find a pint out there, do bring it back. Well, this place, the monster's creeping out of the forest. If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
Welcome to the Camp of the Lost. This makes all the... Hello.
I must restrain myself.
Not yet.
Your spell's done.
That man may not survive without my help.
Dog!
Thanks for the help.
Name's Pharaoh. I'm far from home.
Perhaps
Speaking of, let's investigate that remnant. Ah, a formidable inscription. Thanks for the help. Name's Pharaoh. Speaking of, let's investigate that remnant. Ah. Thanks for the help. Name's Pharaoh. Speaking of, let's investigate that remnant. Ah, a formidable... That was impressive. Good on.
Another milestone. Estes path.
Kill them. Come back.
You don't think Donald Trump is a racist?
Not at all.
When he says to Rashida Tlaib, you should go back to where you came from. She's
If you don't like America, go back.
She's born and raised in
but-
Michigan. That's racist, Patrick. That's, when I grew up, if you tell someone to go back to where they came from, you start a fight.
If you don't, listen, we're both
Call
from the.
Somali's garbage.
Dude, we're both
racist.
You lived in UK. I've lived in Middle East.
Feel the
We're both
shock.
from the same area region. We are what a lot. We walk in the street and say we don't have a name. They will look at us in maybe a different way than they do the average guy. You're not a white guy. I'm not a white guy. Okay. When you're talking about all this stuff, you said Muslim. People coming in here. I'll tell you another thing that is a concern. I want to know what you're going to say. When it comes down to age for marriage in some of these countries, give your rebuttal. I'm curious. So a person comes from a country where, like in Sudan, the minimum age for marriage is 10 years old. Are you for that? I don't think you are. In Iran, the legal age for marriage is 13 years old. As young as 9 with parental consent. Are you for that? I'm certain you're not. Okay? And I'm not saying you're taking these positions.
I carry few
Yemen,
possessions.
no
I
legal.
don't have
What is your
room for
minimum
that.
wage?
I don't know
Let me
where you're
get to it.
going.
I'll ask you the question. Yemen, no legal minimum age. 1/3 of women 20 to 24 will marry before 18 years old. Iraq Parliament in 2024 moved to allow age girls to marry as young as 9 years old under Jafari school law. Pakistan, 1.9 million child brides in Pakistan, 6th highest in the world, okay? By the way, the good news with that, I want to give that credit as well. Islamabad, Capital Territory, just changed the minimum age to 18. Good for them. They're making progress. Nigeria, over 50% of girls married before
What's
the age
the
of
question?
15. This is the question. Culturally, if you're coming from this environment, notice I didn't say every other culture is coming from us. If you're coming from that culture to America, does that coincide? Because if you've lived there for 30, 40 years, and these are the values you've lived with, then you come in here, there's a clash with the Western ideology. What do you say to that?
I will say two things. Number one, all of the social sciences show that when people move to a country within a generation, max 2, they do assimilate to local values. And I just gave you the numbers for it. Muslims in America and Britain who come from dictatorships more than non-Muslim Americans. Percentages are there. American Muslims are more open to homosexuality and the acceptability of homosexuality, having lived in the US, than white Christian evangelical Protestants. So the data shows that within generations, they do not, they do adapt or do assimilate, integrate, whatever. These are all local phrases. And by the way, Europe and America are different, by the way. Europe is a very secular place. So when you're moving there, it's actually very different. America is actually more hospitable to Muslims coming from those places because we are still very much a Christian country with very conservative attitudes. It's funny, Rob's on duty, I hope still. I got a request for Rob here. You mentioned you're giving me these child bride ages. Rob, pull up American states. How many of the states in America had child marriages until very recently? What's the age of consent? What's the lowest age of consent in American states until very recently? So when you're already at 13, 14, 15, until very recently, American states, that's now. You can see there are states that until very recently was 12, 13, 14. So America maybe doesn't get to give so many lessons on some of these things. And by the way, what is the biggest scandal in this country right now? It's the pedophile who was protected by the President of the United States. Donald Trump not just protected Jeffrey Epstein after lying and saying he would expose.
So many places I can go with that.
Please.
But I won't.
He also gave Ghislaine Maxwell a kind of a soft ride in prison. He also was going to appoint Matt Gaetz, a man who was accused by the House Ethics Committee of sleeping with a 17-year-old. He was going to make him a attorney general. So please don't give lessons to other people right now. No, not you personally, but anyone in America. Let's clean up our own house.
The question isn't cleaning up our stuff. God knows we have a lot of stuff to do. FYI, when people start talking about Epstein, I can guarantee you no conservative podcaster has spoken about Epstein more than us. I guarantee, just so you know, we're not one that they sit there and say, hey, we love, because they're not going to talk about Epstein. Go online on YouTube when you leave here to just gain the credibility. Say,
you're talking about cultural clashes. That's the point you're making. There's a clash of cultures. I'm saying there's not.
You and I are sitting here, we're talking. Can you and I coexist?
Yes.
Do you think you and I can live in the same community?
Yes.
Do you think you and I can live in the same...
you live in a much bigger house on a richer street.
You're a pretty rich guy, bro.
No,
you're a multi-millionaire, Doug. Don't act like you're a small timer.
I read on the way here in a Spectator that you have a 75 grand a week house in the Hamptons. I can't get near that.
You believe this stuff? This is all fake.
It's not true.
Stuff that they
not
tell
true.
You. You're so funny. Vinny, we have to make sure we don't post pictures this summer where we're staying at, because Mehdi's going to be talking shit to us.
75 grand a week. Well done.
Yeah. Where were we at? We were talking about, okay, you and I can coexist.
Yes.
Why?
And my parents are from India, which has a lot of backward things going on.
But
a lot of child marriage.
You got a little bit of UK, you went to a good school, you went to Oxford.
Who made the school happen? My parents. They worked hard.
But
so they were immigrants. What if Patrick David in the 1960s said my dad shouldn't come
because
he's from India?
Do you want me to go to a different place? Let me take you to this next place. You ready? Okay, let's go to the next place. What religious groups that come here make the most money in America? Of course, number one, 166.
Oh, that's true. Great.
You know that number. Yeah, great.
Now being attacked by right-wing Republicans.
Not me.
No, I didn't say you. It's right-wing Republicans.
I'm telling you my position. I know, and I have some. By the way, I have guys that are working here that say that. That's their position. But
why the Republican Party's racist position?
No, we sit and we debate because we think that's the right way to do it. Because your book is called what?
Yeah.
Win the Art of Debating Article. But the link below roster. People want to go support the book. They have it. Watch this. Hinduism, 166, $200,000. Pretty good. Contributing to society.
I'm a great admirer of the Hindu community.
Judaism, you're supporting of them? $115,000. You think they're net positive for America? Okay. Protestants, 82,500. Orthodox Christians, 7 years. Catholicism, 74. Islam, 68. Right? Atheists are 85. Okay, they're making $85,000. And then you got, Buddhism. Man, that's a bad shout out to Buddhism. You guys got to figure out a way to make money, guys. This is like serious stuff. Like pray a lot. Yes. So to me, this isn't about skin color or racism. Like when I meet Indians in America, I got to tell you, the ones I've met, they love America. They actually love living here.
And this is a slight problem because you say I'm not speaking for Republican Party, but you are in the right-wing media space. no debate about that. Yeah, but you're an immigrant from Iran who came in as a refugee. I have a exactly. So when you say Hinduism great, okay, go tell the Texas Republicans, go tell conservatives in Texas.
You know
why? Let me finish my point. All these Hindus in Texas, well-off Hindus, they supported Trump and MAGA. And guess what? They're trying to build a temple in Houston, and people are protesting outside, saying, take this demonic religion outside. I'm no fan of Vivek Ramaswamy, right? I've interviewed him. We had a great clash, but I do admire him as a smart guy. He succeeded in life. He's super patriotic, very eloquent. He's running for governor of Ohio. You see the clip the other day? Guy stands up in the crowd. Greta guy stands up because Hinduism is a pagan demonic religion. Why should we have you lead us? This is what the Republican Party, for you to say they're not a racist party, when I'm seeing what they're doing to Vivek Ramaswamy, forget Muslims, what they're doing to Hindus in Texas, what they're doing to Hindus in Ohio. This is a white supremacist party. Yes. White supremacist. What's your definition of racism? Is nobody racist? What's your definition of racist, Pat?
May I finish?
Please.
Why are you screaming? I'm sitting right across from you, bro. Like, let's act American, not Middle
You
Eastern.
shouted earlier.
Fair enough. Okay. So to me, I think a part of it is, I think everybody has a little bit of bigotry. Okay, everybody. And I know it's going to sound like, what are you talking about? I think everybody is a little bit against some community. By the way, it could be as simple as you're a Red Sox fan, I'm a Yankees fan, I can't stand it. There's nobody to control it. It could be a Boston community. That's natural.
Agreed.
That's not like you were a kid, you were part of a gang, you're part of another gang. Hey, we're gonna
attacking us.
That's that part. The other side is, honestly, like, if there's one, like I brought what do you call it? Westmore that was speaking to them. You realize, like, for Democrats, why did they lose so much of their support during this period? Let me finish, and you can argue and say we did it. I think some of the positions they took in COVID was out of control. I think some of the positions they took with LGBTQ to me was out of control. Calling everybody racist, little too much. Calling everybody a bigot, little too much. Calling and making everybody feel like I'm a bad person.
You need to read the book, my friend. These are all straw men. Calling everybody a racist. I was very specific. I said Randy Fine's a racist. I said Donald Trump's a racist. I said the Republican Party's indulged racism and white supremacy. I can stand by those with the
Republican
receipts.
Party that racist.
If a party institutionally allows for racists to take power and do racist policies, what should I call it?
Oh my God.
Okay, let me give you one. Can I give you an example?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now,
Yeah.
when you came to America, you came in 1990?
Yep.
In 1990, I checked before I came in. George Bush Sr. was president.
Yes.
And he allowed in 122,000 refugees, of which 4% were from the Middle East. So you and your family, how many came from your family, if you don't mind me asking?
Me, my mom, my dad, my sister, four.
So four of you were
Well,
part
my dad came in '84 because my parents got a divorce, and then he came back in 1990 separately.
Okay, so
We
three of
waited
you
room
came
for
on that.
that. We did, yes.
As
We
vetted
waited,
refugees
we
from
went
Germany.
to Germany. From Germany, we came.
I read it,
Yes.
story.
Yep.
You came in 1990, so you're part of the lucky 5,000 people
I
from
agree.
the Middle East.
I feel like I'm the
who got
luckiest
it.
man alive living in America.
Okay, and that was George Bush Sr. I'm not a man I'm a fan of, but he did that.
Sure.
He understood the response,
Yep.
as did Reagan.
Yep.
You know, Donald Trump, since October, has allowed in 6,069 refugees only. Not 122,000, only 6,069. And do you know that 6,066, 99.9% of them are from white South Africa? Only 3 are Afghan.
Dude.
That's the numbers.
Are you serious?
That's a fact.
Okay, you're serious.
Pull it up, Rob. 6,000
That must
refugees,
maintain
all of them
a
are white
fine
South
balance.
Africans fleeing from an imaginary
The
genocide.
previous guy brought more people than
120.
4 presidents combined.
Hold on, he brought in 125,000
He's trying to say, guys,
Can I finish?
time out. Let's get jobs for our people.
No, we're
a
talking about
little bit.
refugees. Refugees are different. It's not about jobs. Refugees, your
Give me
international
specific,
obligation.
like you're talking
the refugee
H-1B,
program.
green card, which one are you talking? Okay,
Refugees,
got it.
vetted
Yeah.
by, the vetted program.
Sure.
Where you're vetted abroad. You check you're not a terrorist, all of that stuff.
That's
what
what we
happened
did.
to you?
Yes, 18
Biden
months
did it
ago.
too. He allowed 125,000 people. He upped the cap.
Okay.
Trump dropped the cap with Stephen Miller to 7,500.
Okay.
And since October, he allowed in 6,069, according to the
I
Washington
want to know
Post.
where you're going with this.
He allowed in only 3 Afghans and 6,066 white people from South Africa. The 2 things I would say about that. Number 1, that's racist. You let in 99.9% of your refugees are white people who are not refugees, and you don't allow people from Iran, Iraq, Syria. And the second point is, Donald Trump wouldn't have allowed you into this country, and yet you sit and support. You voted for him 3 times. Donald Trump would not have allowed little Patrick Bet-David into this country. How do you feel about that?
You're so funny.
A genuine question.
You are so funny.
It's a genuine question.
You wouldn't have let little Patrick.
No Iranians were allowed in this year. So how would you have gotten?
You know what would have happened? We would have waited 1 more year, 2 more years
For a Democrat to come in and let you in.
Bush Senior let us in. He was a Republican.
for a better
Don't act like
Republican. For a better Republican.
No, but that's
A non-racist
That's not the
Republican.
point. The part that
That is
you
the
have
point.
To,
He
it's
did not
not.
allow in
It's not.
Iranians,
Issues,
Iraqi.
Mehdi, is it fair to say issues are fluid? Things change. Meaning,
No, refugees are an obligation that America has always stuck to until
what is an issue in 2020 may be different than what's a top 3 issue in 2016, then 2012,
Many.
then 2000.
Plenty.
You're right. Guess what? What did his base want?
Who cares what it's based on?
That's who we voted for. That's who we.
For an argument, you're moving. Why are we talking about? Is he racist? I'm giving my evidence. He stopped all refugees from coming in from what do you call them? Shithole countries. Itself a racist phrase. And then he allowed in white people.
Would you
South
disagree?
Africa.
Some of these places are shithole countries.
I don't think you call entire countries shithole.
You don't think some places are
generalizing about entire places?
You think some places are not shithole countries?
What's your definition of racism, Patrick? Because you don't seem to think anything's racist.
You define it.
If you think there's no such thing as racist, fine.
No, I don't know if...
Nobody's a racist.
No, I don't know if... I think it's a weak argument. I think it's a weak position to say, hey, that guy doesn't like me and my race and where I'm from.
But what is your definition of racism? If you don't have one, say so.
To be honest with you, if you want this,
I think if you call an entire country, entire people, shit, garbage, low IQ, that's racist.
I think every single person has an element of racism in there.
That's a different
from 1% to 99%.
You're moving the goalpost.
But you're asking racism. It's like not liking an ethnicity, not liking a community.
Yeah, not liking an entire country.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, if he says we're going to only have white people in and not shithole country people in, that's racist. Yes, I think that's racist. That's not racist. I don't know what is. 99.9% of refugees are white South Africans. Come on.
Do you want to? Okay, Rob, can you do me a favor?
He calls all Somalis low IQ and garbage.
Like this is the stuff that you're saying right now.
It's all true.
Can you pull up Biden's administration? Who was the guy that was the transgender that we're supposed
That's what
to
you're
lead?
going to? When I quote the president making racist remarks, you got no comeback?
Wait a minute. What's the argument of DI with you that massively failed? Are you supportive of DI?
I don't know what's your definition.
Are you supportive of DI?
I don't play. This is not right-wing bingo.
No.
Your words mean nothing to me. I'm from outside the right-wing media chamber.
Hey, I talk
DEA
to
is
guys.
meaningless.
Guy, I talk to guys on the left-wing side. Like, who do you think I talk to? You think I just talk to right-wing people?
No, but the way you say DEI and the transgender guy from Biden and Ilhan Omar, this is like right-wing bingo, Patrick.
Is this a good pick?
Yeah, Rachel Levine, I interviewed her on my show.
Was he phenomenal at what he did?
I'm sure she was very good at her job.
So you think
what's that got to do with Trump being racist towards Somalis?
You think
Patrick, you need to read the book.
Wait a minute.
Because in the book I deal with people like you.
This is what you do for a living. The difference with
you are
me is
deflecting.
This is not
Donald
deflecting.
Trump says all Somalis are garbage, low IQ people. Is that a racist statement?
Allow this to come to you.
Rachel Levine.
Do you think?
I'm not answering your question.
Do you think this person was hired because they were the best person for a job or because he was playing politics?
Well, Rob,
that's a form of racism.
Rob, I'm going to read the second paragraph.
Go
Levine
ahead.
is a professor of pediatrics and psychiatry at Penn State College of Medicine. Previously served as a Pennsylvania physician general. So I think Rachel Levine is more qualified to work in the health department than Robert fucking Kennedy Jr., who has zero qualification. You think RFK was hired for his medical qualifications?
So you think?
No, Patrick. You think RFK Jr. was hired for his medical qualifications?
By the way, do you know how many people previous to him were doctors?
Do you know was RFK hired for his medical credentials? Yes or no?
RFK was hired because he was making.
Whereas Rachel Levine is a professor of pediatrics.
No, wait a minute, but
qualified.
You're saying RFK is not qualified for his job?
Not to be health secretary. No.
By a mile, I think.
Conspiracy theorists who doesn't even understand.
You take a transgender to be this job than a.
You think transgender people don't have intelligence?
No,
I did. A new attack.
No, see what you're doing now.
You see
what you're doing now.
Transgender person.
You're playing. See the difference.
So are you.
No, I didn't go to Oxford and would debate 24/7.
I gave you hard evidence of Trump's racism, and you said, Rob, pull up the transgender woman. That's what happened. Everyone wanted you to do it. I said Trump allowed in 99% white people.
The point is, the previous guy picked people because of color. If there is any party that's racist, was the previous guy, because they kept saying black this, black that, black this many females, this many transgender. The left is the party of the racists.
Even if I concede that, it's irrelevant to my point. What refugees like yourself, Patrick and David, would not have been allowed into America under Donald Trump. You would have come in illegally. You're pro-illegal immigration. This is so interesting today. Pat, you heard it here. You're going to clip Ilhan Omar, clip that. Patrick said that if he wasn't allowed in illegally, he would come in illegally.
The difference between you and I, this doesn't bother me. I understand the game we're playing. I understand the conversation.
I'm not here for a game. I just said to you earlier, this stuff has real-world consequences.
Three Muslims just got killed.
Three Muslims just got killed in a mosque in San Diego because Republican Party racist rhetoric. And do you know what? Republican congressmen couldn't even condemn it. I assume you condemn what happened in San Diego.
We 100% condemn.
Do you know Republicans wouldn't do it? They were forced to do it. Brandon Gill was asked on the congressional corridor. I'm telling you, it's bad, right, for what they did.
It's also bad that everything we had to do in 2022 with Biden getting was about how many black female candidates leadership we were going to. No, it's not.
Yes,
based on leadership. When he was president, we're going to find a way to have this percentage. Let me finish. This percentage of pilots got to be female and black. And by the way, Hollywood, you want to go to Hollywood, what standard they created? Do you remember the Hollywood standard? In order to win an Oscar.
That's not true.
Can you please pull that?
The whole, you're
pull
you're
that
just
up,
parodying
please?
Elon Musk propaganda. Your pot, this has been debunked a million times. Million times.
What time
And
are
by
we
the
at,
way,
mate?
I got a flight to catch.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
this is an important conversation because I need you to concede 99.9% white refugees in South Africa is a racist refugee policy.
Zero. I got
Not
you
allowing
for the
people
flight.
in from Afghanistan and Syria.
Next time you come in, don't book a flight afterwards so we can go 4 hours because I'm enjoying this.
Next time you're coming on my show, we all heard you agree to my invitation.
Thank
I hereby invite Patrick Bet-David. You can bring Rob with us. We need support. Bring Rob with us.
We'll have let me wrap it up with some one-word answers, and then let's go from there. You ready? Okay. Since you already brought them up, I'll bring that. So I'll give you names.
Oh, Robin, just prove me right. 2 or 4 DEI stand. It's not something some box.
Let me do a quick DI.
Pull up the stand.
Yeah, you have to have 2 or 4 DI. They even said you have to have a underrepresented racial ethnic groups an ensemble cast of at least 30% represent from 2 underrepresented. Somebody doing disability.
First of all, diversity is a good thing. It's not good. I know you don't understand. D-word is a bad word.
You know,
your people are like clutching their pearls.
You know why you're
all the
you know why I'm
value
talking
viewers are clutching their
why I'm
pearls
talking
because
to
men
you?
said diversity.
Do
on
you
the
know why I'm
right-wing
talking
podcast.
to you? Do you know why I'm talking
Because
to you?
you needed to hear from me
No,
that you wouldn't be allowed into America
Do you know
if
why?
Trump was president.
Do you know why I'm
you would have to
talking
come in
you?
illegally. That's
Betty,
fine.
do your
I highlight
shtick.
the
I'll let you finish, and then I'll say. Do you know why I'm talking to you? Why do you think I'm talking to you?
tell me.
Because you're good at what you do.
I appreciate that.
That's why you're here.
I appreciate
Imagine if I said, hey, Rob, moving forward, listen, we need 3 disabled, 2 black,
That's not
4
what
gay,
anyone
5
does.
this.
I know you need to tell your
Stop.
audience.
No, I'm
That's
not
what
doing
happens. In
if I
fact, the
don't-
person who does that is Hexeth right now. He's literally blocking black women and women
at
from
this
becoming
point,
generals and
you
admirals.
are so obsessed with Trump just asking for a job, bro. Just go and say, can I be part of this freaking cabinet?
He wouldn't give it to
I'm
me because I'm
almost
brown.
thinking, I'm almost thinking you are so upset. It's like, these girls that are so in love with somebody secretly. It's like it's infatuated
I
with
love
them.
that's the only argument you have.
Can I go? No, you lost this one, but it's okay.
No, I didn't because
I will-
technically you wouldn't be sitting here if Trump was president.
Maddie,
You've already agreed.
I'm gonna sell your book like no one's ever sold
I
your
love
book.
it. You
and
are
I'm
a
gonna
great
tell them,
salesman.
go buy this book.
I want to say
Okay.
something nice about
By
you.
the
So I'm
way,
going to say you're a great salesman. Go.
By the way, the biggest part about this thing is I am so proud that we converted another socialist into capitalist. That is probably
You
the
didn't
proudest
do that.
moment to
I did
somebody
that on
like
my own.
you did, and I give you credit. I am so proud of you that you're
Not in the
publicly
business.
now a capitalist and you're creating jobs.
You could be a capitalist and a socialist.
Can we do the one-word
Go.
answers, please? All right. Tommy Robinson,
Bigot.
Nigel Farage,
Overrated.
Sadiq Khan,
Underrated.
Ilhan Omar,
Patriot.
AOC.
Presidential.
Interesting. J.D. Vance,
Fraud.
Marco Rubio,
Little.
Little.
Trump. Little Marco.
I got you.
I want to
Newsom.
quote my man, Trump.
Respect. Newsom. Although Marco Rubio could be your president, by the way. Newsom.
Slick.
Interesting. Musk.
Idiot.
Bezos.
Spineless.
Spineless.
Spineless. What's the
Got
point
it.
of having fuck you money if you never say fuck you? Just rolled over for Trump.
You just want
He doesn't like Trump. I prefer the people who love Trump. You know, I prefer the true believers.
Yeah.
These people who just hate Trump privately but roll over for him,
Yeah.
can't stand him.
Spencer Pratt.
Pratt. Enigma.
Enigma.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of him. Sometimes I'm like interesting, sometimes I want to.
Have you guys ever done it? No. We really do it.
Would I go on Joe Rogan's show? There's a time when I said 100% yes. Now, maybe. I've come on PVD.
Yeah.
I want to reach the audience.
Why did you say you wouldn't go? You said to Bass and you wouldn't go on a bunch of different podcasts.
Yeah, I didn't say I wouldn't.
Did it
I said I
change?
struggle. Like Fox. I don't go on Fox. I don't go on Fox. Maybe I should change everything. I've tried to have a hygiene. I talk about it in the book. Maybe I've just abandoned
I
my
think you
hygiene.
should go ahead. I think
It's a tricky argument. There's pros and cons.
you know why?
There's pros and cons.
What's the con?
The cons are platforming people who don't deserve the legitimacy of mainstream platforms. That's a real.
You're such a big deal that we should go to all these other places because
So, like, if I go on Fox, I'm basically telling people that's a legitimate news organization. I
Oh
believe it's a
my
legitimate
God.
news organization. It's a propaganda channel.
all right, okay.
I don't want to be part of it. Criminal.
Biden,
Criminal.
Hillary Clinton. I'll finish with that one. We'll finish. Hillary Clinton. She got a lot of credit, folks. This was a good conversation. Go order his book. Win the art of debating every
That's a horrible
argument.
cover.
Win every argument.
I love that
Every
cover,
time.
but it can be misread. Win every argument, the art of debating, persuading, and public speaking. I've even persuaded Patrick today that he needed to be an illegal immigrant to get into Trump's America.
I enjoy talking to you. I
appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Yes. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye, bye-bye. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscanero. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Like collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless.
Twisted nightmare! The tail! Nightmares have no power against the light. I must maintain a fine balance. I carry few possessions, and I...
Not yet. I cannot. I'm unable.
I have received reports of a number of villagers hiding at the Clearfell logging site. Travel there and convey my order to return. Anyone refusing my authority should be considered a traitor and a criminal. Foul creature! Deal with them as you see fit, but bring their bodies back to the manor.
Remnant of the old magic.
By decree of the Count of Ogham. By decree of the Count of Ogham. Those condemned to hang from these branches.
What happened here? Yeah. This shade. There is a battlefield. I'll wait here. The old magics will protect me.
Savor the feeling, but keep moving forward. Loathsome creature! I'm unable.
Not
Not yet! Not yet. I must maintain a fine balance. Brave wretch! I cannot! I'm unable. These roots are suffused with a strange magic.
Bound with rage.
I've never known mushrooms to grow in this part of the forest.
I'm unable. Not yet. The forest moves.
Not yet.
I cannot. Best not tarry if the trees here behave like that.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room.
Beast within.
unable. I'm unable. Loathsome creature. Need more mana. Bound to rage. I cannot. I carry few possessions, and I don't.
beast within.
Generations of senseless conflict. And for what?
Ah, now this won't cover. Anything take your fancy? Might make good scrap. Might make good scrap. I'll find some use for that. If you find a pint out there, do bring it.
How are you?
Yes. Goodbye.
yet.
Nice. Wake and slow. Sleep, my pretties, as you grow. Sleep. Invader!
I'm unable.
Is hell. Feed.
I'm unable.
Your time has come.
I'm unable.
I cannot. I
cannot. Unable. Not yet. Could that hold the runes I seek? I cannot! The old ways still hold some power. I carry few possessions, and I...
I shall free you from this world!
Unable. I'm unable.
Not yet.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
Foul creature. Yet. I'm unable. I'm unable. Not yet.
I've no room for that.
Not yet. Not yet. Vile abomination.
I must maintain a fine balance.
Back to the sword.
Just one more.
We stand united.
Sleep now, and dream no longer.
Not yet. I shall free you from this world.
Area spike, I would ask, but...
A tool to break what binds.
Might make good scrap. Might make good scrap. Deal. If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.